No, today for lunch.
Chicken and pepper.
Chicken and pepper.
Yes.
Okay, it's called burbur.
Bulgur, it's some kind of like couscous.
Okay, nice,
I don't know how to translate.
nice. Violetta?
I have rice with chickpea curry.
Okay, nice.
I had a green wash, and I don't know in English. This is a baklажаны with nuts, with walnuts, something Georgian.
Okay, Georgian food, of course.
Georgian and Ukrainian.
Of course, of course. Lunch, what did you eat?
Yeah, fish, potatoes, and salada. Healthy fish.
No idea.
Ты знаешь салада?
And some kind of green stuff.
Okay, vegetables. Okay. And lunch? What?
Soup.
Soup. Which soup? Which kind of soup?
Like everything, it was it.
Okay, vegetables, meat. Okay, okay,
It was eggs on toast.
okay, nice. Lunch.
It wasn't lunch, it was like late breakfast with toasts with cheese and some vegetables.
Nice. I had like mushroom soup with some like handmade pasta. Really nice actually. And everyone, yeah. That's okay. Then it's nice to start like this. It's like because it's like we are connecting a bit our inside, which is what we had for lunch. And I think it's every time also it's nice to share food. Or, you know, now we just did it with words. Okay. Before starting, I want to tell you that I changed the program for today. So we will make something different of what you have read, because, you know, according to our experience of yesterday, I just thought that would be nice to make something different. And that's, you know, again, a way to cope with reality. So like I have something in mind, but then you meet the group is different of what you talked, and then according to this you change. And so I hope that it's going to be a good changing. Then something that I didn't go through yesterday, but I think it's like nice to share some references of they are like philosophical, pedagogical and artistic references for this issue of working with a community. So I will just write them down. I don't know, just sharing. Then if you want, you can just. Okay, I think we tell something about. This is a French philosopher. It's one of the main thinker now, also for the aesthetic issue, and he wrote two important books. One is the Emancipated Spectator. That's a classic. That's like super a classic. And the other one is the Ignorant School Master. I don't know if they have been translated in Ukrainian, but for sure in English. Okay. Then what else I talked? Let me check. That's another classic from, I don't know if you know this author, Bishop. She's really important. It's like talking about the post-relational art. You know, there is this famous book of Bourriot of relational art, which arose in the 90s as a form of working with community, of participation. She wrote this book, which is called The Artificial Hell. which is a big critique on this system of participation in the realm of art. It's a big critique of this. And also the last chapter, it's talking about specifically of artists working with education and with community. It's a really nice chapter. Then there is another book which is called Education. This is edited by Whitechapel, sorry. And it's a collection of essays on working with community, and also it has some example of artists. So it's both like philosophical, theoretical, and examples, many examples. Another classic, this is also Gilles, this is super a classic, but plus Felix Gattari. So they are like famous post-structuralist philosopher, and they wrote a book, many books, but 1,000 Plateau. It's really a classic. It's really important, at least for me. And then another couple of books that's really recent. Donna Haraway. We saw her yesterday, a lecture. She's basically one of the most famous philosophers now. She wrote a lot about Anthropocene. Actually, she's the one which co-invented this term, Anthropocene and Capitalocene. She wrote this book called Залучення, maybe I misspelled, How to Survive in an Infected World. That's like really good one. And there is another writer, sorry, last one. It's called Emanuele Coccia. He's Italian, but actually he's living in France, and he writes in French. And he wrote a beautiful book, which has been translated in many languages. It's called The Life of Plants. And basically, he's taking the plants as a paradigm to rethink completely the way we talked. That's really, it's really easy to read, and that's one of the last things I read, and it's really inspiring. And actually, there is many lectures of Emanuele Coccia online, like, because he's speaking a lot. They are all in English, super easy to understand. It's like really like friendly, and so there are like few references, really few obviously, and of course really partial. I hope that for sure I misspelled something, and I hope that you can find also translated in Ukrainian some of those. Okay, and perhaps also, no, that's enough.
So all of these books are about working with community?
Yeah, this is, okay, let's go through. This is a new paradigm of teaching, okay, which has to do with working with groups. Basically, it says that all the educational system must be completely reformed, because it works like I have the knowledge and the students doesn't have the knowledge, and I'm passing them information. He said that this is a system of power, and it helps more the teacher than the students, like to divide the group. And it takes as an example a French philosopher and thinkers of the Enlightenment period, which basically went in Holland, and he realized that he was working with a group of Dutch people that they were not speaking French and he was not speaking Dutch. And they were able to learn French without him teaching French. He basically tells that you can teach what you don't know. And it really opens up this idea of sharing not knowledge, but sharing the space of not knowledge. And it's kind of related of making, community. And this this is more aesthetic theory. And it's imagining a new form of art on which there is not the artist and the spectator, where the spectator is actually emancipated, which it's part of the co-creation. So it's imagining a new community of art, where spectatorship and artist making, they are not like divided. This is, kind of focus on this. There is many examples, especially in the last chapter. This one too. There are many, many examples of artists working with community and essays on it. This is more general theory. In this, there is, in 1000 Plateau, they make this really famous example of rhizome, which is the potato's roots. He said that our knowledge is organized with like tree. So there is tree, so branches of knowledge, which goes, then another branch, then another, then another. He makes that our knowledge is organized like this, but he said that he proposed this new way of organizing knowledge, and he take as an image the potato, as the roots of the potato spread. I don't know if you never tried to get a potato, but it's like the roots go everywhere, and they have net everywhere. It was written like before the internet, basically. It's also a book which saw the internet, and it's an amazing book to read then. And again, it's related to this way of making community. It's working with images. Also, this one is talking about a lot of these, but that's interesting because he's taking examples from biology. Many examples of how corals make community, how other species make community. And she is really, really important now. She is the one which is like condensating many of the more advanced thinking process, especially in co-creation, in community, and also in many ecological problems. And this is basically how plants make community. So we can learn a lot from plants and how they organize actually community. So this is like moving a bit our eyes to just watching and considering human species, and start to considering other species as a example, reference of working and making community. And there are just few examples. It's just my narrow experience, but yesterday I didn't have the chance to share them with you, and that's what I want to do now. Let's see. We could have artists also, but I think that's enough. It's really enough as information. Then, we can start sharing our dreams, if you remember. And if you don't remember what you dreamed tonight, maybe you can share like a dream that you have frequently, an important dream for you. And so I can start. I remember this morning it was I think around 7, I just opened my eyes and my dream was like clear there. It doesn't happen for me every time. I think it happened because I have this responsibility of bringing the dream here. So I wake up and that's what I remember. So I remember that I was spending time with someone I love. I don't remember who. I just know that it was someone, there was this like really loving feeling. And Then at some point, I found myself in the sofa of my parents' house. And I want to kiss this girl, but she changed of this girl that I don't know who is he. And she became my ex-girlfriend, like ex-girlfriend. And I said, well, that's weird. And actually, she refused my kisses. And I said, well, why we have two kisses? Like, you know. And I was like, fuck. And I have like this feeling of being like abandoned. Then I remember that, okay, we were like in an upset situation. You know, when you are with someone, but you are like, you know, you feel that you are not good. So I went in the garage, smoking. And I remember that I was following her with my stare, and I remember to see her like in a mirror, following her in a mirror, and she was naked. Also, I remember she was naked. And she was like doing stuff home like if it was her home, but actually it was my parents' home. Then my parents came, and actually they start to speak with her, and she started to say that she was pregnant. And I said, what the fuck, why are you telling to my parents that you are pregnant? It's like, you should tell to me, and also this made me upset. I remember that I went upstairs where there was my room when I was a teenager, and when my brother is still living, so we were sharing the room. It was his room, it was super messy. I said, yes, I have some weed. Good, now we'll smoke some weed and we relax. I just opened and that's my weed, like, thing. And I thought, fuck, my brother just took my weed. I even don't have my fucking weed now. And then I wake up. And that was part of my dream. And it's nice to share it with you. Okay, you can, everyone which wants to go, feel free to speak.
Okay, I can share.
Okay.
I don't have such a long dream because it's kind of new room when I'm staying now. So I tried like a lot just to remember what's really going on. So it was kind of I remember just some fragment, not everything. So it's not like a really long story. So it was kind of space, like a pool, or maybe swimming pool, I'm not sure. And there was a lot of kind of people that I didn't know. And it was kind of fighting between these people in this pool. So that's all actually. I don't remember details, but it was kind of...
So pool and conflict in the pool.
Not really conflict, it was kind of discussion, more like in discussion, but for me it was weird because it was in the pool. The pool was naked and in a pool, and we discussed about something, but it was kind of arguments between different positions.
And people were naked?
Yes.
Okay, and it was like, that's nice, actually.
Cool, yes.
It's a cool... and you remember what you were discussing?
No, really. It's really... I try not to remember some kind of dialogue, but no way.
Okay, but I think it's a nice image, like people naked in a pool, and it was hot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and discussing. That's a beautiful image. Thank you for sharing.
I also can share my dream. I've got it noted.
Beautiful.
It is so wide that I don't even know where to start.
Just read it. That's literature, you know.
I
It's.
got here some points that I need to mention. So I live in my real life. I live in district that is quite new in Lviv, but it was built during USSR times. So it is like gray and all the concrete and so on. But I had a dream that this district was totally in water, like for this level of your middle of your leg. It was all of the streets and roads, everything was in water. And so we were always walking there, and it was okay. Everyone was fine with this water all over the view. And also I had a dinner with Maria, our co-worker, you remember?
Yeah.
On the middle of our district, because she also lives there in real life. And we had a dinner with beautiful sunset between all of these concrete buildings. And then one of my friends, whom I don't really know that much in my real life, was like, "Oh, hi girls, I'm going to swim." He was undressing and jumping from this edge where we had our dinner, like down to some kind of field of water, something like that.
Okay, it's interesting that we already have two dreams of pool and water. I don't know if it is like that's already something interesting. So we have water and like you know, and I guess it was also there sunny and yeah, you said sunny and beautiful weather.
Yes,
Okay.
this part of my dream was
Okay.
really beautiful.
Uh-huh.
The other part
Uh-huh.
was kind of creepy. Me and Maria now we appeared to be in the middle of Shubar. Shubar, everyone who is from Lviv, they must know that it is some kind of a huge market where local villagers come to sell their vegetables, fruits, and so on. But also, it's not that that wild. Let's call it like this. There are still some other products, but I remember only these fruits and vegetables. And we were like between all of these lines, all of these shops, and then it appeared that this Shuvar turned into Ford factory, Ford where the cars are being made.
With a factory, okay. Ford, you remember also the brand of
Yeah,
the...
definitely, it was American Ford. And over there we met some awful guy who was telling some awful things to us, like, you know, objectivations and so on, and we were quite sad because of this. And then we met his boss, who was half Indian and half Asian. Well, I don't know what mix is that. And he was like, "No, girls, you're joking. That man couldn't do this to you, or you're overreacting, or so on." We were like, "No, it's not. He was abusing us, and so on." And also, this guy was a gem factory's builder, one of the builders. So he was to build some of our buildings, and we were like, "Oh no, we are working here, and our direction won't let this happen because of your working statement that is not quite good, and we are very attentive to all these positions, so you will see." So we were like telling him that he's not going to have this work because his worker was bad to us. And actually that's all, but it was quite detailed, and I don't know the connection between two of these parts. First one, where everything is so surrealistic with these waters around and beautiful sunset between concrete buildings, and the other one was like quarreling, fighting with some people who were like acting bad.
Thank you for sharing, that was really beautiful.
So yes, I also had a fight in my dream, so here is more connection.
Yeah, there is some sort of connection. I don't know if there is because we stayed together yesterday, or actually water, it's something kind of, it appears in dream. They also said possibly because we spent 9 months, you know, there, and can be some memories also from that beautiful period. But you know, there is mystery in dreams, and it's anytime it's a meeting with a mystery, and there are that's something that you can read, you know, by yourself. But thanks you for sharing. Thank you. Who wants to share?
I just want to share that I actually also have, like, if I need to choose one element that is repetitive in my dream is water. It's in all kinds and forms. One that I remember very funny, that I was falling in my dream, and I fell in the bed full of water, and I woke up.
Wow.
Like you fall and you wake up. Yeah. And actually, also the dream at first was very nice and beautiful, and it was not very, but it was the one that I had yesterday. So I've talked about this too. That I was on the grass sitting with my mom and my cousin of 11 years old, and I had these bubbles, like soap bubbles, that you flow, and it was very repetitive and very meditative movement that I was repeating again and again, and in a dream it was like maybe 7 or 10 times that I very slowly did this. It's very rare it happens. And also there was playing a very beautiful music, someone singing on the guitar, and like ideally, yes, sort of, and sunny weather and so very beautiful. And then I look like in another direction and I see the hole in the earth, like maybe 5-10 meters deep. And my grandfather is sitting on the chair, like close to this hole, and my grandfather died like 5 years ago, and he starts to like slowly fall out of his chair in this hole, and like it's also happening very slowly, and I'm slowly watching, and there is another hole, and also some old man, but he's not dying yet. Like my grandfather died very naturally, like he's just sleeping and falling there. And this other old man in other hole, like his relatives, like pushed him in this hole. Like he didn't die yet, but they like go there, and yeah. And then I wake up. That was very surreal because I didn't feel any negative emotions. It was kind of like okay, it's like cycles of life. Here we are with the, like beautiful weather and everything is flourishing, and here is someone's dying, and it's simultaneously happening.
Thank you for sharing.
But then I saw this video.
The video, which was said, oh, okie dokie, I already knew about with Dream. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
So, who wants to go?
Actually, I had the dream. I don't remember what I was dreaming today. But I had a very. It was fun. I think I had fun during this dream. It was like several weeks ago, and it was actually about my grandparents. So that's why I remember it. There were some people who pretended to be my grandparents, but in fact they didn't. They weren't my grandparents. They were just like some people. And we walked, we were at the carnival with them and my sister, and they tried to poison me with some water with poison in it. And I knew that they wanted to do it, but they didn't know that I knew. So it was like the detective story when I tried to refuse this water and tried not to let them know that I knew. And at the end, I just jumped in some train and told my sister to tell them that I drank the water, but do not drink the water by herself. And then I woke up.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Any other dream?
Okay, I can continue.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare. Yeah, because it was very hot in my room, so always when it's too hot, I always wake up because of the nightmare. I was waiting for a plane, and I knew that my mother must come. But I was in my hometown. It's small. There is no airport, aerodrome, and I saw a plane in the sky, and it started to fall. And I saw a crash, and I ran to try to save some people, to open doors, and there was some man, like a body of man, and when it changed, and there was not a big plane, just like a small one, more like a drone, and there were no human bodies, but some pieces of frozen fishes. Yeah. And when I woke up, I was frightened.
Okay, that's like scary one. Yeah, the dream can be like super scary actually. I mean, I think it happened to everyone. You wake up and say, oh fuck, it was just a dream. So, anyone else?
I remember my today's dream, but my roommate said that I was talking. And I said like word X, like X
Okay.
for wood. Yes.
So like your room, it's because you often talk during dreams, or?
I actually don't sure, but sometimes it can happen.
It can happen. So you said eggs.
Yes.
That's that's what eggs also is a word with egg. It's like there is so much in eggs, so many symbols. It's like really strong, actually, shape and also in Ukraine you have this like long tradition, right, of decoration of eggs. Okay, thank you for sharing. You wanted to go?
I don't remember today, but around 2 weeks ago I had a dream really strange for me because I was falling in love with Marilyn Manson, but in real life I have never listened him, his music. So I was at backstage and waiting for him, and he singing at the stage. And after that, I just kissing him, and we go to a restaurant to celebrate this. Yeah. Celebrate his singing stage.
Okay, so you had party with Marilyn Manson, basically, in your dream. Okay, and you never listen Marilyn Manson. That's something.
Really strange for me.
Okay, thank you. Who wants to share? Do you have dream? Yeah, they can. You can translate. You can translate. Yeah, everyone can.
Maybe I'll try.
Try. Yeah, in English. Thanks.
I'm not sure that it was a dream. Maybe I just dreamt up, invented it. I have a lot of working tasks now in this period, in this last week, and my brain can't stop working with them. And my dream was about that I don't know, plenty of this working task that attack me.
You have like these tasks like attacking you.
Yeah, and I'm running, and I feel not so good. So I remember rather not story, but impressions from this dream. Yeah. So when I woke up, I felt myself exhausted. Yeah, and I thought that it's a new day and a lot of new tasks. But now it's Friday evening, and I think it's not so bad.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Thank you. So, who is missing? You remember?
Нет, я не помню.
I can't remember my today's dream.
Вот, но если было бы соревнование по количеству повторяющихся снов, я бы, наверное, победил.
But if we had some competition of the quantity of the repetitive dreams, I would win.
Okay.
И я сейчас про это сон расскажу.
And I will tell about this.
Lovely. Thank you.
Первый раз он мне приснился в 6 лет.
The first time I had it when I was 6.
С тех пор стабильно раз в месяц точно он повторяется.
And since that time, every month I have it.
Суть такая, я лечу на носе самолета.
I'm flying on the the front side of the plane.
Очень сильно дует ветер. Да, снаружи.
Outside of the plane.
Ну, там, как на ракете.
Like on the rocket.
Очень дует ветер, очень громко. И я вижу, что навстречу летит самолет такой же, но на нем никого нет.
And there is a wind, very strong wind, and it's very loud. And I see that to our plane, another plane is coming from other side, but no one is sitting on it.
И я понимаю, что сейчас и мой самолет, и тот второй самолет столкнутся.
So I understand that they will like crash together.
И у меня появляется мысль, что зато очень быстро, ведь самолеты очень быстро летают.
And then I have a thought that it will be very quick because planes are quickly.
Так что я ничего не почувствую.
So I won't feel anything.
Но когда второй самолет находится где-то в расстоянии полуметра,
But then when there is half of the meter till the next plane,
то включается slow-mo.
then it's starting to become slow-mo in my dream.
И я прекрасно все чувствую.
And I feel everything.
И самое интересное, что в принципе, когда я наконец-то умираю,
And then I die.
то я просыпаюсь.
And then I wake up.
И я помню, что очень, мне кажется, интересно и важно, что я помню, почему этот сон мне приснился.
And I think I know why I had this dream the first time.
У моего отца была энциклопедия для художников какого-то немецкого издательства, с какой-то прям топчик какой-то такой же. Анатомия для художника.
Because my father had this big encyclopedia, the anatomy of the human being for the artist.
И вот в 6 лет я ее нашел.
And I found it when I was 6.
И с тех пор мне снится этот сон.
And since then, that time I have this dream.
You have that's really strong. And so, and how many time you have this dream? How often it happens?
It can be different.
Different. And one more thing, because I don't have this like repetitive dream, so they're really interesting. And it's anytime exactly the same, or it's exactly the same, like nothing, like is different.
Со временем появился такой же сон, только без самолетов, но с камнями, как в мультиках.
And after some time, I have the same.
С большими круглыми, да,
Yeah,
как Индиана Джонс.
Now I have another.
Да.
Now I have that dream and another one, the same one, but with big stones.
Okay, okay.
Not planes, but stones.
And one more, so you have experience of death anytime because you die. So basically, you die. How many times you died? Many. And anytime you wake up and you remember that you had that dream. So you are like kind of Jesus because you are coming back anytime in life. I mean, I would feel so because it's like...
Если бы я сделал такой вывод, то, наверное, я создал стекло, а не стал художником.
If I had this conclusion, probably I would create some kind of church, but I won't be the artist.
Well, you know, but it's strong because it's like you are actually dying, because you have the feeling of dying. And it's, well, it's really, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a gift. For sure it's a gift. So keep it. And Anya, do you have it?
Yes, but maybe I will share another one.
Okay.
One
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, one of my dreams that some road, somewhere very similar on road in USA, and it was a bus, and I was sitting somewhere like first seats with my daughter, but that time when I had this dream, I hadn't a daughter yet, and I just decided to go to the driver to ask something. I went to him, and then I managed to ask this my question, and then I feel that it was a shoot, and I feel that the bullet goes to my head, and it was my daughter who found the weapon on the seat.
Yeah, you told me this.
She played with it, and she did it like occasionally, not something special. special, and she was like in the age like she is now.
Okay.
And yeah,
So basically your daughter kill you.
yeah, but occasionally. And
Oh yeah, of course, okay.
She just played with it,
Uh-huh.
and it was my fault that she did it occasionally. She didn't. She's just a child. But I feel every second of this moment. I mean, it was very hot here, and I felt that it's not like in a second when you just died, and it's like lasting some time, some I don't know, half a minute maybe, and then like was like a very slow going in the dark and falling and then nothing.
Oh, thank you for sharing. I remember, yeah, you told me this already once. Natalia, do you have a dream to share? Yeah, or if you remember what you dream tonight, or a special dream that you have.
Just a dream, yes?
Just a dream, yeah.
Okay, it's from my childhood. I remember that I had a toy which I really loved, and once I put it somewhere and I couldn't find, and I was thinking so strongly all the time about this toy that then the dream came to me, and in the dream I found this toy. And then when I wake up, I decided to check this place where I found it, and there was my toy.
Okay, that's nice.
Something I remember vividly.
Thank you for sharing. Nastia, do you have a dream too to share?
Oh, I don't remember my today's dream, but speaking of repetitive dreams, there is one that I have for years, and it varies, but the story is that some unprecedented, super unique event is happening, and I cannot photograph it for some technical reason.
Okay, that's like...
It's like totally exclusive event, I don't know, like second coming or something. It changes, it's either some natural event or social, and my camera
But it's not
doesn't
work.
Yeah. So
That's quite understandable. It's
yeah,
like
my professional horror.
it's like, you know, there is an event and it's not working.
Nobody else here to shoot it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, but it's probably something from another era, because nowadays everyone can do it with their phone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you.
Old school dream.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, did everyone share? Do you have a dream too to share?
For my life, I remember 2 or 3 dreaming, and one of the most scary. I'm running in the dark forest, and I'm running from the terrorist.
Okay, dark forest and terrorist. Okay, that's
And then shooting me.
shooting. Okay,
And I'm falling.
but which kind of terrorist?
Oh, I don't know.
Just general.
Many people. I remember 10 guys with the AK-47. And then
Tired you to the tree.
Time for the tree.
Okay, they put you on the tree. Okay, with a rope on the tree.
And one of the guys say, "Hey man, I will kill you."
And you die.
And that's all, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you everyone for sharing the dreams, and I think this is a good starting point when you are working with a community, and because dreams can really connect us deeply and can connect our fears, can connect our desires, and now we did a kind of simple way of sharing, but there are more complex ones. I will just tell you some techniques, and then maybe you can use it or invent it. Another good one, it's if you meet in the morning, it works even better, because you are fresh, like you are fresh from the day. And it's really good when you can make an architecture on which you don't watch people, so you just hear voices. It's really nice when you are in an environment, could be also dark, for example, or any kind of structure which you just have voices, and it's really like, it's a deep connection, because you are connecting your oniric state through the voice, okay? So it's like going from an inside, outside to another inside. It's really strong. And one nice thing too is like you meet, you share your dreams in this way, and then maybe then you meet again, and everyone can retell the dreams, but then people start to make questions, okay? When, and that's fantastic, we didn't do today because it takes time, but when you have someone questioning your dream, a group of people, you will see that the dreams just open up. Because first of all, unconsciously, we select informations, of course. We don't tell everything. We also, you know, tend to forget. Also, we do a kind of automatic censorship for the dreams. When you have a group of people questioning your dreams are just like really opening up. Then with dreams you can make many things. You can, you know, you can draw them together. You can try to connect them together. You can act your dream. You can make comics. It's a really powerful tool, again, for connecting people of different age, of different background, of different educations, of which are different, because everyone is dreaming, and you don't need any technical skills for dreaming, and it's a really important part of our life. There are society. There is this really important book by Ernesto De Martino. Is the most important anthropologist in the world. He died in the 80s, if I'm not wrong, and he wrote the magic word. Basically, he analyzes. It is this huge analysis of the magic. What is the magic? And he analyzes different society and different ethnographical groups which are from like all over the world, and through the magic like paradigm. And there is a society. Sorry, I don't remember which community it is. I'm sorry. But what struck me that basically all the organization of those tribe is based on dream. Everything is based on dream. Relationships and families, groups, and actually said that these tribes work like quite good, because possibly, you know, sharing dreams is really helping us to be linked in a strong way. And I feel this now, I guess, with you. I mean, this sharing is just like, you know, helping the community to be stronger and stronger and stronger. So this can be, if you work with a community, a practice to share, like, you know, daily dreaming sharing. It's something really, which is, according to me, working a lot. Okay, now we do something completely different, and that's what I talked to make instead of what I was thinking previously. So first of all, how many people are we? No, I will not do it actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. Sorry, help me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to do this, Anya? You, Natalia? Huh? Okay, so 9 we can make, 3 groups. We will work in groups, okay. So we will divide it in 3 groups, but let's make this choice random. So I will make number like 1, 2, that's not working. 1, 2, 3. Can you and then make 1, 2, 3, Can 1, 2, 3. Just make like you know, this, so we don't recognize. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I will take a cup. Okay. Do. Well, you have no choice. Okay, then. That's perfect. You also have 3 tables. Oh, but actually you can move. You don't have to stay in one table. Ah, no, okay, I can leave this. Okay, you can start gather together. Which number you have? You can start like recognize. Okay. Okey-doke. Okay, so that's the game. So now you have 3 groups. Each group has to create a union. Okay? So, union. What you have to do, that's like a must. You need to make of course, a name of the union. Logo. And a sort of program. And also a manifesto. You know, what's your union about. And then you can produce like many materials. You can make, you know, it's up to you, it's up to the group. We have the photocopy machine, so you can make like leaflet, like a brochure. Basically, you have to make a campaign for the union, because you want fucking people to get on your fucking union, you know. And then you work together to make this campaign. And then at the end, each group will present the union. You will have like, let's see how much time we have, like 5 minutes to convince the audience to get, you know, I want just come to my fucking union. And then we will have a winner, a union winner, which will win a fantastic prize. Okay. Easy, clear? Yeah?
So
Questions?
Our unions are our enemies, basically.
Yeah, the other unions are, of course, your enemies. It's like you have to be the union, you know. And there will be a... Then you can deal, I don't know, let's start. Maybe you can find that the other union is like close to your ideology. Or you can find... Let's see. Let's work.
You have a task to produce a desire to do something.
Sorry?
There can be any sort of like union or any sort of idea.
Can be your, yeah, it's like, it's up to you which kind of union you want to make, like workers, I don't know, horses, or it's like, you know, but you need a name, you need a logo, you need a program, a manifesto, you need a campaign. And then also there is this moment of public speech, on which you are in public. Oh, we also have TV, you know, which came, we have mass media. And actually we can organize, so you can also ask him like, I don't know, we can broadcast, just think about, you can go on Facebook and you can broadcast. It's like, it's your idea. Let's make this union strong and let it work. There is space outside, you can just start to get people too. And we have our audience, there is much to do. We don't have much time to make this union. We have, so it's 6:15, maybe 1 hour and a half to work on it. And there is a lot of materials to make the design of your campaign. And any other question?
It's clear.
It's clear? Okay, good luck. Okay, so that's the group number, let's make it easy.
3.
Number 3. Okay, yeah, 3. Okay.
Also, I can hand everyone our manifesto, just if you want to read it. Unfortunately, it's in Ukrainian, so you won't understand, but I just like pass it. Yeah, and I will tell. So, we are called we in Ukrainian, and this is our logo. And our community is based on that we have the unlimited resources, and we have the magical barrier that let people in our community and out of and don't let people in our community. It lets in the one that have the similar values that we do and share our values, and it doesn't let in all the other people. So it's like what you need to know about our community. If you share our values, you are welcome. And our basic values are the freedom, the horizontal connections, the free share of resources, and we exchange resources in our community. Also, we are against the violence, and we are eco-friendly. And the basic rules of the community are: we have the equal access to resources, possibilities, and knowledges. Everyone needs to be authentic. Also, we have the sexual education. We don't know any barriers, or we don't have any borders. Thank you. Also, we have the freedom of doing and the freedom of sharing the community. Also, the freedom of our creative self-realization and the freedom of beliefs. So, if you share our beliefs and values, you are welcome. Thank you.
Okay, we can make some questions also. Is anyone working there? There is working.
Yeah, everyone can do what she or he wants to do. And for example, if I can and I want to cook, I can cook. And Violetta will be like cleaning or building houses or something that she wants and can do.
And there are monies? Oh yeah, go.
There's no money.
There's no money. Okay.
Yeah, that's principle, one of the bases of our economical ecosystem, that we don't use the money, we use it like a time, like a resource. We use a time, our time that we have. So for example, every one of us, or like everybody from our community, can do whatever they want, and we put the time that we produce for some kind of products or kind of things to time bank. So time bank, we have a time bank, and we can share this time with the rest of people who live together with us.
Okay, so time is the exchange value.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, that's beautiful. Does someone have questions to them? I don't know.
Isn't it somehow like an utopia?
Yes.
Yes. And you're welcome.
Welcome to Utopia.
Did you read this like novel that called Moon?
Is it the one?
Залучення.
No.
It's like Orwell.
Sorry. So Me, it was like the first novel before 1984, before this Orwell famous novel about utopian life and the differences. But this Me, it's also kind of weird community about like ideal, perfect society when everything is clean, where there's no walls, everything is built by glass, and everyone work for some kind of future. But it's weird future and weird because people who live there, they don't have kind of emotional, I don't know how to explain. It doesn't matter, just read it. It's beautiful novel.
Okay, so
Thank
Так.
you. And how about education? Because you say that you want to be eco-aware. Yes?
You have free access to education.
But
So-
who teaches?
Everyone can teach. So everyone,
If I have some knowledges, I can share them.
we teach each other and we learn from each other.
How do you use the medicine? I mean, if you need something for
We can cure it. Don't forget.
Our magical barrier
Yes,
cure
you
us.
have a magical barrier that doesn't let bad people come in. But also it
Ill
can
people.
cure, it can,
So you
yeah.
do not have.
Once you step in our community, you are healthy forever.
I think this is a relevant point.
That's it. Okay, thank you. Really good. So this was number 3. Just
Okay.
Oh,
remember.
Maybe we will do the next.
Okay, go.
How to
You just you can.
this
Это так не карантин.
Sorry.
Да, лапцы снов.
Very nice. And if you want to move it. We have the okay, we have also the program. Thank you.
Hi everyone. It's our union called Dream Sketchers. It's art center of dream study, and our main idea is digitalizing of your dreams and dreams of every person, and then like rethinking, working with it, if it's nightmare or just a dream. Also, we are going to work rethinking it through artistic practice.
So it's going to be like a union of psychology, like more of a professional and social union between psychologists, community as well, and art. So when all of these are combined together, we have like an union where you can share your bad dreams, good dreams, to work them through, to think about how to rethink them in creative way, together with some other artists, whether it's someone from performance, from theater industry, or just from applied art.
And how do you digitalize dream? What is the technique?
It's a fantasy, but still, one day we think it is going to happen.
No, but I want to know how it's going to
Maybe
be.
we have some gadget made
Okay.
in
Yes.
this shape, like
Uh-huh.
a dream catcher. So you just put your hand here.
Okay, so it's I put my hand there.
And an app, special app,
Uh-huh.
and then we make some library of dreams.
Okay, but I'm a bit afraid that these dreams are going to be for a private company who is going to the.
No, we don't collect every dream that you need. Just people who are here to discover their dreams, to find out why these dreams are bad for them or always repetitive.
Okay.
And for those who are ready to share their dreams for such an archive, these dreams are going to be like not in public, but still for new next experiments.
And
in
you
art.
also transform the dreams in images, or how they are like.
Yes, in images, but of course if you're someone from community who wants to work this through and you would like to see it in, for example, installations, of course it is also possible with some art objects.
Okay, they are transforming them in something. Okay,
Yes.
thank you for this.
Who will pay for the psychologist's work?
With money, yeah.
People who need adrenaline, who wish to experience someone's dreams which are very very stressful or very very exciting.
Хто буде платити?
Yeah. So people who want to have
So
new
basically
new feelings and
You will be selling dreams to people, so it's not actually a union, it's like the
No.
business.
No, we're not
this
selling
way.
the dreams. Maybe we just had some misunderstanding, but you meant who will pay for work of these psychologists?
Yeah.
Львівська міська рада.
It's public, the government is
Yes,
doing it.
because
So it's a public
something-
service.
It's about public health, public psychology health. This is something that should be paid attention for by the city, by the whole country, by the Ministry of Health. And of course we can start from such a little small union and then to create it into the whole system that will affect all over the Ukraine.
But it's not. It sounds like just center. It's not sound like a space for living.
Yes, we know what you. I see your point. We actually were also thinking whether it's a real union or some kind of club, but we think we can think about it through, about its form. Of course, if it is for like different people, so it is going to be more like a union. And if it is club, then we are searching for people like from special category. And I think this might be some difference between these two types of gathering people together.
Complicated.
A bit. Yes, so of course, yes, there might be some questions about union, club, or some other organization, but yet we think it's a union.
Any more questions? Thanks a lot. Thank you for listening. So you are a number?
second.
Second. So we have the third, number 3, and number 2. Okay. So number 1.
Я думаю, что, извини, пожалуйста, у нас будет такая на двоих русско-английская презентация. Сможете вы помочь перевести, пожалуйста? Спасибо. Я хочу сказать очень важную вещь, что вы все уже в нашей группе.
No.
Как бы мы вас приняли без вашего согласия. И теперь ваша задача выйти из этой группы.
Закрита, відкрита група, та це все.
Не, у нас это скорее как бы про мошенничество.
Okay. Go on.
Okay, name of our group is Dissatisfied. So it's a group which consists of artists, curators, gallery owners, patrons, which are dissatisfied of atmosphere, culture in Ukraine. So our manifest is one we wish to be satisfied, but we will never be satisfied. And if we will be satisfied, we live this group and culture.
Очень важно рассказать про логотип. Это черный квадрат, поверьте, он черный, просто у нас не было нужной краски. И надпись «Что это?» и знак вопроса «Лежащий». Это тоже очень концептуальная часть. Если вы занимаетесь культурой или искусством, наверняка у вас частенько спрашивают, в чем смысл черного квадрата. И этот вопрос, он как бы убивает вас. Потому что вы не можете людям рассказать всю историю искусств до черного квадрата за 5 минут. И очень часто этот вопрос задают и недовольны, что вы не можете ответить. И мне кажется, это очень хорошо подходит нашей группе, такой логотип. Что-то еще мы рассказать должны? Может, вопросы мы, наверное, в более произвольной форме раскроем.
Тобто, щоб вийти зараз, right now I am in your union, but to go out from it, I need to be satisfied of my life. Right?
У тебя должно не остаться причин быть недовольной в культуре.
Ага.
Как бы,
But you know that it's impossible, і тому ми навіки в вашій групі, так?
в теории как бы да, но стремиться к этому, это как бы солнышко, за ним нужно стремиться, как бы нужно всегда. То есть, но помнить, что вряд ли это получится. Ну то есть...
It's like a church, no?
Нет, мы не обещаем как бы хорошую жизнь после. Мы обещаем скорее плохую жизнь после и здесь, и потом, и...
Але для того, щоб не треба ж тоді не обов'язково щось робити. Тобто можна ж залишатись незадоволеним і нічого не робити.
Да, и в этом смысл культуры. Ты недоволен, решаешь что-то делать, и у тебя получается культура.
Interesting point of view.
Я не услышу.
Цікава точка зору, в принципі, з такого ракурсу.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation. Okay, so now it's time to vote. So, I don't know, we can share also this idea. Can the group vote for itself or not?
No, I think.
What do you think? That's
I think no, but I'm not sure if we can control it.
that's democracy. You know. I don't know.
Okay.
So you have to take responsibility of your choice, and that's trust. So, like you can write the number. Yeah.
But we can vote for.
We decided no, that you have to vote for someone else. And then there is also, some ads that...
Would you like to help?
Yeah, I can, you can do this and I will fix.
Like
Yeah, but you have to show to everyone.
Lotto show.
Yeah, it's kind of Lotto show now. Number 3, another one. Number 3, another one.
You're cheating.
To be number 1 to the
We're losing.
Number 2.
number 2 to the
Number 1.
another number 1. Number 1. So we have 3.
Number 1.
Number 1. 1. 2.
Yeah.
Somebody against everybody?
That's possible. We have like said fuck off. Can be like
Number 2.
Number 2.
And last one.
Last one, it can.
But no,
It's already.
But no, we need to
But
decide
we-
the
we
second
have-
place.
Yeah, it's like.
number 3.
And number
It's
3.
number 3, yeah?
Okay, so number 1 won, you know, bravi.
But who won vote for number 1?
You don't have to tell your vote, it's secret. I mean, it's like. You want to know? I mean, if someone wants to tell, I can tell. I will not tell my vote, it's secret.
Okay, it was me too. Okay. We know somebody.
So did I.
Because you didn't believe that
Господи, вы так не понимаете, как будто мы Трамп. Знаете, вы проголосовали, вам стыдно.
Okay, you have a present. It's you have three zine I did. So then you can share. There is one zine for drawing. Then I will tell you what it is. You can like one. Okay, thank you everyone for this. For all the campaigns for this game that we did, but then after the discussion of yesterday, I think that many questions arises around the idea of union, around the idea of what is a community, and I thought that this could be like a nice way of discussion without discussion. It's like making, and while you're making, then you start to think the idea of community that you have in your mind, and then actually was also nice because everyone has to share a program with other people and then also to present. So I thought it has been possibly a nice way for opening up some talks about community, about union, and about creating it actually. Because that was a game, but actually something that you created and then you also publicly presented. Okay, so to finish this today's workshop, first of all, I want to say thanks to everyone for coming, and we do this like final round, and so basically everyone will tell what he or she gave to the group during those 2 days, and what she or he took from the group. So it's like what you take, what you have taken, and what you have given to the group. And I can start. I took many things. We shared our dreams, and that was for me really important. I took also the ability possibly and the idea to change things while you are making it. I took many interesting critiques from different point of view of all of you, and I took I gained some of your mutations. That was also something that was really important for me, and I think that I share some of my knowledge, not even some of my knowledge, some of my practices, and I think that I gave maybe some desire and also possibly of what we did. You can just get like little pieces and maybe just took them in your practice and then transform them and make whatever you want with this. Okay, you can go.
It's hard to tell what I have already received. I think I will understand it in some days probably when I will be returning to this, or maybe in some weeks or months, because in fact I work with community and I want to continue, so I think it will be important to my job, and I want to tell what I really like during today's session. It was that every of the group understood the idea of community in different ways, because all the communities were based on different things, and there were the communities that were based on the shared values, the community that were based on the idea of working on something very important but very small, and it was the community that were just people working in the same sphere. So it was different kinds of communities, and it was really interesting for me, and it was what I really liked. And what I shared, I think it was time. You know, time was the main resource, I can say, in our community. So, and I think it is really the main thing. And also probably I shared some of my ideas or beliefs.
Thank you.
So what I took is probably the best thing is the communication and the joy of communication with people, and especially to work on something that like together, that you would never maybe work on something together in any other situation of circumstances. And yeah, that is precious. And what I gave is my present.
Well, quite enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what I took, what I give, I think it's also time. You give me time to think about something, and also maybe I share something with you that I mean some ideas or some maybe knowledge. Also, I think I took kind of experience of working together, but it was not really work. It's more like to be together and try to discuss together. It's more about I don't know how to deal with another person's another personality. So what I give, I don't know what I give. Probably something, kind of love to anyone.
Well, which is a lot. So thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, I took a new way to thinking about, and I took new experience, meeting new people. Yes, what I did, I don't know, maybe. Maybe I gave just my time, my emotions to connect with different people.
Yeah, time and emotion speak. So thank you.
Yeah, this work with my colleagues was very interesting for me. It was fun. I took some knowledge from my colleagues and some questions and topics what I must think about community and art and dissatisfaction in culture sphere. I share maybe my experience, my doubts too. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Мне надо еще пару минут, я подумаю.
Okay, you go, Anya.
Yeah, okay. What I gave, I think maybe I begin from the idea, because I was had this idea because I had all this time in the residency this autumn, and that's how idea arose to share this knowledge, share this experience of Jacopo, and I'm very happy we developed here together to share some tools to work with communities, to unite people, and I think it was a little bit hospitality from me, from all the team and all the Gym Factory and our partners. I really hope everybody feel it. And that's maybe what we gave and I gave personally. And what I took, first of all, I think the needs of people who would like to work with communities. I listened to you and understood what questions arise and what we discussed. It's very important to develop this kind of workshops further. And also, I think that it was some points to rethink. For example, one very clear today, that the main question is why. Why I do want to work with communities. And then answering this question, maybe the question how to do this will be more clear. And of course I gave a lot of joy to be here and to communicate and to listen and to share. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Okay, Natali.
Okay, me. Even being here so short, I still received a lot of energy from all of participants and of course some creative and sometimes provoking ideas and approaches to the given topic. And thanks to you, Jacopo, of course, I dived again into this co-working process, which I really enjoyed this summer and autumn. And I guess I gave my emotional state just to be happy being here.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you.
Во-первых, спасибо большое всем, кто помогал меня переводить. Я такой тут один, кому это нужно. Спасибо большое.
He's very thankful to all translation work which everyone did with him. He appreciates it a lot.
Мне понравилось сегодня намного больше, чем вчера. И я...
Much more than yesterday.
И я даже понимаю, наверное, почему, потому что работа с руками и идеями мне намного ближе.
And he understands why he's working with his hands, yes, when we create something manually.
Чем с эмоциями.
Than when with emotions, or with hands.
И мне кажется, что баланс немножко нарушен, что как будто не хватило еще одного дня.
And he thinks that there is no balance of it, because he feels that one day more would be perfect for him.
Что как будто должен был быть один день про эмоции, один день про мысли, и третий день какая-то работа.
Like three days, first day emotions, then thoughts, and then manual work.
Yeah, thank you, that's a nice feedback. Because also a third day could be also to go outside. Because now we work like within us and like to develop also ideas. It's good then to go to the real world, because all of this was a really protected situation. Yeah, thank you. Now we know next time 3 days.
How to develop it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, who wants to go next?
Well, maybe I also think that today's day was more practical, and this is actually what I really loved. It was full of joy for me, thanks. And also I think that it might be even more interesting if we had some opportunity or time in our case to speak more about psychology, because some people are strongly refusing your ideas, or even to live with you, to communicate with you, to try to do something, because all of us are too different to make everything work out from the first time, from the very beginning. I think it's quite challenging, and it might happen when you will face the real situation. Still, we didn't have maybe much thoughts about this aspect of
going to work. But I think this is something that we will work through some other time or to find out in practice or so on. This is everything that I take. So experience and thought sharing and some new ideas. And what I gave, I actually don't know, because I think, of course, it's my time, it's my emotion, and everything that I spread in like this emotional meaning. But maybe you tell us what we gave more.
No, it's important. I think it's really important to be aware of what you give, and this also is a you have to be self-confident about this. But you told us like time and emotion. We think that is something easy and not important, but to share time and to share emotions, I guess it's the best we can do now, but it seems obvious, but it's really important.
So, first of all, I give you my big thank you all, because I take part in it for a second time. I meet some people from here second time, and it's like to go back to your family because because I have some experience of that workshop that Jacopo gave in September, and it continued almost month. Yeah, it was a huge experience, and I think it's like a continuing of that workshop. It's for me it continued. And I'm glad to see all these people, because Jacopo, Violetta, Anya, Natalia, Nazar, Nastya. So it's I'm glad to meet the people again. I'm glad to meet new people with interesting ideas, and I like this few hours because it's always that with what Jacopo work, it's always very challenging and very it's an opportunity to go out of your routine and to take some experience from everything, but within our side, and thank you.
Okay, and what you gave to the group, to us today?
I think the same.
Okay.
Same
Thank
like
you.
Everyone.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay.
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of idea of dividing on groups. But it was interesting today for me, and also it was important that everybody was doing anything for this group, so it wasn't like sometimes it can be that one person just sitting and doing nothing, but today everybody has ideas, everybody has something to share in our group.
And what you think you gave to the group?
Maybe some ideas too.
Okay, ideas. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you everyone. Let's clap our hands. And thanks again, and now